Yeah, so like you have a destination that you're going to, and you're traveling down the freeway, and you might take a turn off the off ramp and maybe go to the diner, but you're still reaching your destination. Maybe you might get in the other lane, maybe you might get on another, but what they're saying on the super highway of time, where there are an unlimited number of possibilities according to the choices that we make. That's the thing about what they were saying in True Bible Time. And that's the cool thing they're saying. Even in the True Bible Time, even the demons are highly philosophical. They've got this highly philosophical teachings, from demons like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu. And they're saying things like, the way in our transitional states, like at a diner or an inn, and there'll be many strangers there meeting and collecting in one place. Maybe some of these strangers might network, or not. Maybe some of the strangers may be interested in others or not. Usually not. They want to be left alone. Right? And there's a good reason for that. It's like, well, there's a good reason for that. You just don't know who anybody and everybody is. And that's a real shame, but that's the external material world. That's just the way things are. That's what we're talking about, like homelessness. It shouldn't exist. We don't think it should exist. It's not ethical. But that's the way it is. It's always been within society. Well, that's the thing. The real Raja Rishis, now, they used real gold for all of their worship items. And when a big, giant worship took place, and the demigods and the sun god comes, and Vishnu appears, and all this really cool stuff, and all those worship items, and all the brahmanas that they hired for the sacrifice, and all those gold items are donated to the public, and they can use those items to sell, or they can use those items in any way that they wish or what they seem necessary. Melt it down to make new worship items to sell, or jewelry or the crafts, but they're to make sure that their prajas, the Raja Rishis have the prajas. The prajas, those are their dependents. Those are the citizens of society. They're to see that there's plenty of agriculture. Everyone's satisfied externally, materially. They have their shelter, their food, their families. That everything's going on nicely. And that keeps a nice balance. But yeah, we're definitely in an imbalance. You got a guy here. Well, wanting is a lot better than having. I'll tell you that much. I mean, that is like really real. But if there's anyone that's interested, there are actually some videos of an actual event, my exercise where the thing did its thing. So if anybody's interested, just hit me up. I can personally either give you the link or tell you what the title is, and you can search it and look for it. But it is documented, and I do have it online. And to tell you the truth, it's really nice. It's masculine. It's really very beautiful. You can actually tell that this is a religious thing, and it's not a fanciful. Either that, or is this one of those tricky super egos tricking me into crazy weird stuff again? I get pretty tricky. Well, that's just it. At one particular point, it's like it doesn't matter how good or how bad you are. It's like, well, you're my son, and I have to correct you. And that's that. So there is that aspect too. I mean, that realm exists too. That's an interesting thing. That's there too. I'm coming in telling you guys. So what we're talking about, like, no one knows the end of the world, right? But if you knew about how the world ends, what if a great event took place? See, that's the thing, you wouldn't want to compromise it. But, I used to think, like, well, it could be this thing, that thing, that thing. We always thought it was going to be a nuclear bomb. The world's going to be destroyed by fire. That's what the Bible says. Yeah, it could be anything. All kinds of stuff. So, electronic global genocide. The kind of stuff that brings stuff in from far from outside, stuff far and beyond your imaginations or your comprehension, and well, that's just too late because natural physics and functions, and certain things are just that way. Well, you got to pray for their mercy. You got to pray to them. Even the Jivasvara. Let's see, what was it? It was Jivasvara. It was Shiva has one. A Shiva Swara. Right? It's a weapon. It's a disc. Lord Vishnu's disc. The Vishnu Swara. So there was a fight between Lord Shiva Swara and Vishnu Swara. The two discs were fighting. The discs are actually persons. So these firing light discs are fighting, and the Vishnu Swara totally beat up the Shiva Swara, and the Shiva Swara comes running back crying. Big giant weapons killing millions of demons in a second, and he comes back crying for the other Swara. Well, let's have a whole family of Swaras. Mama Swara, Papa Swara, Baby Swara. Fuck it. Put them in the goddamn orphanage. I ain't dealing with this shit. What a nice concept. Okay, so, Roger Rave, Roger now. We'll, yeah, I guess maybe I'll turn this thing on when I come across the thing I wanted to say that sounds kind of cool. A powerful statement to be made. Powerful statement to me. A powerful statement to be made means I got to sit around. I don't have to sit around. It just comes to me. Or, who knows? I don't know. What's another one I go? Oh, yeah. There's been some reports about an erroneous report of a heat wave. And some people actually thought it was hot. News on the home front, Taliban has declared Jihad over. Now all you weirdos with detonators and your backpacks under subways can now go home. Okie dokie.